which you actually don't want to happen in the Dist example. Otherwise, it is something needs to
okay, so
sorry, question: if you have your plugin bundle,
yep.
where do you keep it?
CPAN.
Is it a good idea?
Yes. I use this plugin. It's also I didn't have to write one.
So you might potentially end up with like several thousand plugin bundles.
Yes.
You can like the idea of putting your bundle on CPAN and just install it locally.
Yeah,
it makes things easier for me to put it on CPAN, so
yeah. I mean, it means that you know, if you give out code name to people and you want them to do all the same release steps that you do, well, okay, cool. You know, you could give out upload privileges, but you know that people are going to generate right distributions and do all the things that you would do. So yeah, I mean, that automates that. I mean, I would have my own, except I just use his mostly. Okay, so creating new dists. Okay, so talk a bit about the steps. These are build, test, or run all tests, install, release. There's a diesel new. This is fairly recent now. Well, fairly recent. It's quite a few months old now. But yeah, so diesel new, and it will do the same kind of thing as module starter, except we've generated a lot less stuff because you're going to use Zilla. Profile.ini is, what does that do?
when you create new distributions with the solid, you can tell it to use a profile for that, which can specify, like, you can write profiles for Catalyst app, for example.
Right. So I want to generate a new Catalyst app, and then these are new, etc. So yeah, this is your profile.ini. I clearly haven't used this thing yet.
So what it does basically is look into that directory called files,
find a load of stuff, smash a load of stuff,
right,
write a load of stuff out of this.
Right, and then write a distiny for you, and also runs git init for you, and
all the
could also create a repository and GitHub for you, or whatever.
Etc. Okay, so minting. Minting is what Dist uses to refer to the process of actually generating a distribution. You take this thing and mint it. So yeah, find some files, smash some files, and then you call make module which writes out some files. It's pretty much exactly the same thing. Yeah, you have a diesel config-ini, which has all of these things, GitHub credentials, pause credentials, and etc. So the things you don't want to put in per dist, that's where it works. Diesel setup will create all that stuff for you. You can configure and install a profile, yes, so you can have I generate my Catalyst apps like this profile, run these all new, and it will generate a distribution that is like a model self distribution but with less crap. Questions?
You can use other stuff like filters to go further with
yes.
Actually.
Yes,
so
there is.
And I think he uploaded it to CPAN too.
Yeah.
Which does basically the same thing which covers stuff.
No, there is some stuff which I'm not quite sure has got to CPAN all of it yet, but there is some stuff that will run the Catalyst setup for you, and then Zilla over it. So yeah, I mean, there is some stuff to actually generate Catalyst apps that calls into the Catalyst development, normal Catalyst skeleton stuff, and then adds Zilla on top. Okay, so let's talk about writing plugins. If you happen to want to write a plugin, it's really easy. I know this because I helped someone with writing one, and I clearly know nothing about Zilla, but it is that easy. Okay, so yeah, we've kind of been through this before. There's the same: find some files, smash the files, get some data, write out some files, thing going on. So yeah, let's talk about this. Well, we would just look through all the plugins that you have in your dist.ini, find things that do a moose scroll called file manager, and then we call every single one of them for all of your files. And it's kind of that simple. You just look for the plugin list, see if the plugin cares about this, and if you do, call it for everything. Yeah, this is just Moose stuff. So I don't know if everybody's familiar with Moose, but it just means you make a class, you say use Moose, you say with some role. In this case, this is like Dist, Zilla, so and so. So there's various steps in this sort of stuff, and so various roles that your plugins can do that allow them to hook into these things. So there's before you build a distribution, there's file gatherers which find the set of files that it's going to operate on. There's file pruner to then take things out of that set. File manager which smashes the files, rewrites pod, etc. Prereq source that finds prerequisites and injects metadata. Meta provider also after build when you've got all your files before you generate the tar file and before you actually upload that tar file. So to write a plugin, you basically just pick which step or steps you care about, use those Moose roles, and your plugin will automatically get caught.
Well, are they documented? Can I get like a single port where these and like links to 1.4 stages?
There's the docs in Dist aren't actually that bad, and there is a manual that does cover plugins and where to inject things and etc. Yeah, there is. I mean, all of these steps kind of do what they say on the tin. You can guess where each step is going to run in the distribution building process, and so it's kind of obvious where you want to hook in. And it is a really simple plugin system. At least for plugin authors, it's really simple. So you have all of these steps after release. Maybe I'll send the fact I release something to Twitter or whatever. Okay, so let's write one. Like I said, I haven't actually written one myself. I've made other people write them. It's that easy. So this plugin is going to write out a built-on.txt that contains the system name in your distribution. I'm not sure if this is useful, but yeah, maybe you want to file into your distribution saying which host you built it on. That's all you need to do. You hook into the finding files stage, you add a new file, you put some contents in it, and right, that's going to appear in your destination distribution. Job done. Okay, and that's how you use it. And once you've installed this, then you put that in your dist.ini, and it just goes. Right. So we can be a bit smarter than that, and so you can add attributes in your plugins, and they get past the config that comes from dist.ini really easily. Well, you just say that. So you have an ini section, and then all the things in below it get passed to that plugin when it's initialized.
Can you go back to the previous screen?
Yes.
So any attributes that we define here can be automatically filled by.
Yeah. So I mean, you have a default, but then and that means you can just use the plugin like that. But if you want to pass it data that isn't the default, then you can, and that's how you do it. I mean, if you want a really practical example, look at his plugin, which does a load of different things, or look at something in his plugin, which does a load of different things, like working out where repositories are and stuff, and there are a load of defaults that are hidden, and I tend to use 2 or 3 lines of config to say, these are the things that I changed to not be hidden, which it is kind of being tolerant stupid, mostly. So let's write another. It's true. Let's smash the files in our distribution. So if we've got scripts, then we're going to add a shebang line at the top. So this is going to be a file manager. So it gets past all the files that you found in the distribution, and so it just checks if the file name looks like a Perl script, then smash the content like that. We end up adding that path of the Perl executable at the top of every file. So that's how easy it is to select a set of files and fiddle them. Put what you want. Okay. So it'll do that. So plugins are ordered. this is the point this is about to get to. So if I have a Dist ini that says do those steps, it's going to do those, or for each phase, it's going to do all the plugins that care about that phase in the order they appear in the config file. So if you have a program like that, with that config, it's going to be like this. So the shebangs of the blame are in a specific order, and you're going to get it like that. If you change them around, then you're going to get the other thing. Which is pretty handy when you want to have one thing run and smash files, and then another thing run and smash them some more, etc. The ini file is just ordered, so it's just a property you get for free out of this. Which, if you're not paying attention, can be useful. Or if you're not paying attention, can be not useful because you're doing things in the wrong order. But if you've got a big Dist ini file with a set of steps and preferences, you should be putting that in a plugin rather than doing it once. The entire point of this is to not have the same boilerplate in 100 distributions.
And so how does this work? In a case like this, it will then first take all the files and apply first plugin.
Yeah.
Then take the resulting files
and apply the second
plugin, rather than take
yeah.
So I can use the second plugin to say merge stuff that got there
from the first plugin.
Yeah. Right.
Just so. Here, my God, this is a 50-minute talk with a million slides that I've done in about 30. So I'm obviously ranting too much coffee or something. And Zilla is awesome, huge, stupid. Yeah, pick any three. So yeah, the Zilla community is friendly. People will help you out. Hop on the IRC channel, hop on the mailing list, report bugs, have a play around. I mean, RWS is amazing, and there are plenty of other people hanging around who are using this Zilla who will make you accidentally write plugins if you're sure. So please do, move on and write plugins. Questions?
Is this Zilla for me if I just want to put together one distribution as my first time and I just want to do a little simple thing? Should I start with this Zilla, or should I wait till I've got 100 modules and then?
I would say no. Start with this Zilla, because I mean you're just going to say Zilla new, and you're going to get a module, and that module is going to do all the best practice things. As a first-time author, you will fuck up. Basically, it's basically for configuration. It is going to save you fucking it up in a lot of different ways. No, I mean maybe you should do your first distribution manually, because you can then screw it up a lot and realise why you want to use this Zilla. But if you're smart and you don't want to learn by screwing, I generally only learn by screwing things up. So 50-50.
Did you see Batman's talk about that 9TT, which seemed like a very, very scaled down version? And can you compare, for instance, someone in his case, where first module, only one, doesn't have to change it a lot, doesn't have to compare with other distributions?
I suppose it depends how minimalist you want to be. There are good things to be said for doing it all manually and writing your own makefile and learning how the toolchain works. But it depends if you want to learn how the toolchain all works, or if you want to just put some code on CPAN. If you just want to put your code on CPAN and screw it up as little as possible, take as little time as possible, I use this. I think my PP is definitely a better thing than Module Starter, because Module Starter is horrible. But it doesn't solve. No, I mean, I'm sure it's a lot greater than Module Starter if you're happy to edit all this stuff in an ongoing way. And the real point of this Zilla is to not be editing the pod coverage tests ever again, or just not be writing them in the first place.